Hey guys, it's Dave, and today we're going to talk about the Coach Bootcamp and the What is Coaching group and the resources I've created. So first of all, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video because it means that you really care about your people and you want them to get better. In the past, we've kind of had a couple different things. We've had the 7-day training and then we've had Coach Basics. We like the 7-day training because we created it and it fits our culture. Coach Basics was created by corporate. I love corporate. I think they do a fantastic job of giving us unbelievable products, but they don't do what we do. And they don't do it on our team, which is why we decided to start over with the Coach Basics program. We understand we need something like that, but Coach Basics is a 60-day program that teaches people how to form challenge groups. That's not a 60-day process. You can find how to do that in 7 days. And it's usually not the thing that people struggle with. Okay, now I know some of you are probably saying, yeah, that's not true. Listen, we're going to focus on challenge groups as well. We're going to focus on the most important aspect of forming challenge group, which is building relationships. Okay, but it doesn't take 60 days to learn how to form a challenge group. And sometimes I feel like groups like that give people a place to be busy, where they feel like they're doing something, but they're not doing anything that's generating income, and they're certainly not doing the things that go and build them a big business and a team. So that's what our process focuses on. How? Okay, so I want you to go look at the curriculum if you're gonna run one of these groups and make sure, maybe Coach Basics is where your people need to be, all right? Go look at that, go look at what we have, and you determine where your people are at, okay? Because we're gonna really focus on recruiting coaches in this group. That's really the big focus of what this is all about. Let me give you a general overview. Week 1, we talk about organization, time management. I'm gonna show you how to do a power hour. This is what I do every single morning. Okay, I sit down before my kids get up, hopefully, if not, right after I take them to school, and I do this power hour. And I'm exceptionally efficient, and I get most of my work done in that space of time. Then the rest of the day, I can be responding to stuff as it comes in. But during my power hour, I'm super focused. I'm gonna teach you and your people how to do that. Okay, we're gonna talk about a calendar, we're gonna get organized, we're gonna go through, we're gonna understand who our ideal customer is. This is a super important part of this process. You know, people don't often do this and they end up going and searching for anybody. And what do they get? Nobody. Why? Well, think about somebody going and fishing in the ocean, right? If they're going fishing for tuna, they have special tuna gear. If they tried to use tuna gear to catch a crab, it's not gonna work. But they understand, we're after tuna, so we need special tuna gear. It's the same thing in our business, okay? Because how you position yourself and how you create your brand depends on who your people are, right? So there's a very important exercise at the end of week 1 on that. Week 2, we get into building relationships. And this helps whether you're talking about recruiting or challenge groups, okay? It's all about building these relationships. You're gonna hear from people like Ryan Chapman and Todd Midget. We're gonna talk to you guys about how to build relationships. Some of the best in the business, okay? So then we're gonna move into week 3. Now, week 3 is where we're gonna start talking about the What is Coaching group and learning how to sponsor new coaches, the recruiting process, if you will, all right? That gets them familiar with a lot of the different techniques that we're gonna use. I do use some stuff from corporate in this process. Some of the stuff straight out of Coach Basics. Tommy Migrant's 5-step process for customers and coaches, for example, is a big part of this program because it works, okay? And it fits our culture. So we used it, all right? At the beginning of week 4 is where 2 things happen at the same time. One, it's the last week of the boot camp. It's the first week, and it's the only week, of the 5-day What is Coaching group. Okay, now I want you to pay attention here because if you're facilitating this, you're gonna be facilitating the What is Coaching group as well. There are a couple of posts that start a few days early that are optional, okay? I got a lot of stories from people that I thought were really fantastic. And so I just thought, you know what, I'll just start posting these a couple days early. I thought it worked pretty well. So, you know, just consider that and pay attention to it again. You'll kind of see how I have it set up. There's options. You'll notice also that the What is Coaching document, well, let me finish with week 4 of the boot camp, and then I'll get into What is Coaching. Week 4 of the boot camp is set up to talk to people about how to start new coaches right, how to build relationships with those people. Because hopefully they're going to be sponsoring some new coaches pretty soon and they need to know how to do that, okay? So the What is Coaching group is also starting at the same time. You'll notice it's in a separate document. The reason it's in a separate document is that in the future, You may decide, hey, you know what? I don't want to do a boot camp, but I do want to do a What is Coaching group. Great. Just use the What is Coaching document. Fine. Super. If that works for you, awesome. Okay. This is more about your team. What is Coaching maybe just for you, or maybe you just want to organize one for your team. Cool. Take the content. If you want to copy it and change it, fine. That's super. Okay. Again, I'm really encouraging you guys to take it and make it your own. You're going to notice both of these documents you're not going to be able to edit. You're going to have to save them as a copy. So we're in Google Drive. You go File, Save as Copy, right? And then you've got it, and you can make the changes to it. And by the way, if that becomes problematic and for whatever reason you can't figure it out, just get in touch with me, and I'll send you one that you can edit. Okay, so I think I've got the settings right on that. But if not, let me know. We can change it. Okay? So that's really it. It's just like running a challenge group. Okay? There are a couple things I want you to pay attention to, though. In the beginning of the the Bootcamp document, rather, got some invitation scripts for you to use with your people and some commitments. The commitments are super important, okay? The more you can get people to buy into the commitments of this group, the better. What I've done with my groups and what I suggest you do with your groups is have everybody use the business activity tracker. There's a link right there at the top of the Bootcamp document to a PDF file that is a simplified business activity tracker. What I have done is I have a weekly Zoom call with my people, okay? And so you don't want these groups to be huge. At the beginning of the Zoom call, I have them read off their numbers, okay? So they tell me how many new contacts they had, how many exposures or shares or opportunity presentations they did, how many sales they made, how many Success Club points, how many follow-ups. Follow-ups are the huge thing. People don't have like 25 follow-ups in a week. That's the problem for them. Okay, so follow-ups are huge, so you need to pay attention to that. I know you're probably going to be tempted to want to ditch that part of the program. The feedback I've gotten from the people who were in the first group that I did was that that was the single most valuable thing, was having that accountability piece. It kept them focused. It kept them thinking. It kept them every week saying, wow, I've only got 15 follow-ups this week. My power hour, the follow-ups have got to be the thing I focus on during my power hour tomorrow. And they did, and they had incredible results. Okay, we were in a team cup team together, and we were tier 3. I mean, we did great, okay? And so, that's where the results are at, or with that business activity tracker. I'm also asking them to read GoPro. There's not a lot of books and audio. If you've been in some of the other groups, the Diamond Mine groups that I did, they were heavy book and audio. This is the content, is the daily post. There's about 30 or 40 minutes of work a day for them to go do. So there's plenty to keep them occupied here. And if there's anything that's personal development, it's getting better at this business. So that's about all I've got for you as far as the information about this group. I hope you have fun with this. Again, I hope you'll take it and adapt it and maybe film some of your own videos. Put your own spin on it. What do you feel is important? If there's something in there that you don't like or don't agree with, take it out. Put your thing in there, okay? Build it for your team, okay? I've given you a starting template, okay? Now, some of you are just gonna use it right out of the gate, and that's fine too, okay? I'd also like your feedback on it, okay? If people start to tell you, hey, this isn't working, that's not working, the posts are too long, whatever, let me know. I don't have this being the last version. That's why I'm not putting it up on the FCN Coach Training site yet. It's because I don't really think it's quite done yet. But I want to give it to you guys so now we can start to use it and then refine it and make it better. All right, again, thank you for your time watching this video. Thank you for caring about your people and wanting them to get better. I appreciate the commitment. I promise if you go through this, you guys are going to really succeed and win on a big level. Email me with questions. I look forward to talking to you.